Hi, lovely people. Today I'm going to meet Chris. He's a reference of Hung. And, well, Hung really jumped up thinking of Chris. So I'm very curious about this guy. And we're going to do the interview in Zurich. It's a beautiful day to have a chat.
Yeah,
And
really
I'm very happy to meet you, Chris.
Me too.
And yeah, from the first moment, because we met really like half an hour ago.
Yeah,
From the first moment that we met, I really had a very good and very honest feeling with you.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's a very beautiful way to also start this conversation. Yeah, I'm very curious about your story. You got connected via Hung. You referred to you.
Yes, a good friend of mine here in Zurich.
Yeah.
Met him 4 years ago, right when I moved here. We have a friend that we both know, and I got introduced, and we've been friends ever since. And he's a good friend of mine. Yeah, his nickname for me is a trusting man, and
Trusting man. Yeah.
just basically he can have trust in me, and I have trust in him, and we talk about everything. And he's a really good friend of mine. Really someone I look up to as well, for sure.
Yeah. And it's then this connection that makes you good friends. Makes you being so good together, and really about sharing stories. And I think that's also why. Like the moment he was thinking like who should I refer to, and then he was thinking Chris, and he was really this light in his eye, like yes.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
happy.
Yeah.
He's a wonderful guy, and I'm glad I met him, and it makes living in Switzerland much better, much nicer.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad that he was able to pick me or have me in his thoughts, and it's nice. It's very nice.
Great. And then you said you're living now for 4 years in Switzerland.
Yes.
I can tell a bit about your accent. You haven't been living all your life in Switzerland. You were born in Switzerland and then moved to.
I was born in Switzerland and moved to Florida when I was 8 years old.
Okay.
And grew up there. Had my whole childhood there till about 22, and I just moved here, and now I'm 26.
Yeah, 26. Beautiful age. I'm also 26.
Yeah, so we have something in common.
About 4 years ago, you moved back here.
Yeah.
This project is about the one choice that you made that changed your life around. Was that also the choice that changed your life around?
Yeah, I think my one choice was to move here and to start a new chapter in my wonderful book I have. It was basically I had the whole high school experience. It was great. Had wonderful friends, and somehow down the line, going into college, I went down the wrong path, and I steered down the wrong way, and I got into some trouble and into an unhealthy point in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The way you say it, it's you really say like I steered the wrong way. So at a certain point, it's your own. You see it as your own responsibility.
For sure.
And you made choices that didn't help you. Let's say at the end. Can you tell me a bit more about where you ended up or what you ended up doing?
Yeah. Well, basically, during high school, the whole party scene and normal teenagers, you try everything, and and that should be it, but for me, I got to a point where I was addicted to pain medication, pain relievers.
Okay.
And from there it just spiraled into just everyday use.
Okay.
And
what does a painkiller? What does it do to you? Like it gives you energy, or?
Well, when you're under the influence, then yes, it gives you energy. It's just a high.
Yeah.
You're looking for a certain type of high.
Yeah.
And the thing is that with pain medication, you always want it, and you're drug dependent. So that means you want it every day, every hour, because it goes away, and that's the problem with it. And that's how it started for me, is just weekends, and then gradually going up to 5 days a week, and then being the whole week, and then after that it was just every day, every day, every day. Yeah.
And how did you experience these years? And I guess.
Yeah, it was the hardest time of my life.
Okay.
I went through phases which I thought I would never go through. As far as effects on my body, I got skinnier. My train of thought was completely gone. I didn't care about anything. I didn't care about anyone. I wasn't even worried about my own health.
And it was only that high.
It's only that fixation of when I can be high again, and when you get to a certain point, you don't care about life. And for me, it got to a point where I knew I needed to change, and it took me a while. It's not like it just happened like that.
Exactly.
It went through a lot of friends leaving me. It went through me getting in trouble with the law, family just not knowing what's going on, and a hard time.
But do you experience at the time? Do you also experience it as being at a hard time?
No, at that time
It's just normal.
It's life. That's what life is supposed to be. It's just enjoying yourself and doing whatever you please. And for me, at one point, it was normal. I didn't think anything was wrong, or what I was doing was completely normal. And then I looked at other people and I was like, why aren't you doing it? And
it becomes really the norm for everyone.
Yes, for sure. And then when I didn't find the people who understood me, then I hung out with people which did understand me, which meant that people who were in the same scene as I did, with drugs, and usually those type of people are also lost, but they have no one, and then they rely on the other people.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you connect, together. And the only thing that connects us is just that high. Yeah. But maybe, and emotionally or any other way, when we're not connected, we maybe wouldn't be friends, let's say, in any other circumstance. But for that time period in your life, you guys are best of friends, and that doesn't help. And
exactly, because you stay in this circle of people.
You're in a circle, and you're always coming back around, and you never, you want to leave the circle, but you're just bouncing back inside the circle, and there's no straight path, and you're lost. You're very much lost.
And then 4 years later, we're here on this couch enjoying the sun. It's unbelievable.
Beautiful day in Zurich. Yes. Yeah.
And how do you get to this point? How do you get to?
A lot of hard work, a lot of self-reflecting on yourself, and of course, family. I think for me it was my mom. As soon as I knew it was getting to a point, because I was doing a lot of crazy stuff and a lot of stupid things, and it affected me at work, it affected me my private life, affected me my family, and I was able to realize it's not easy for some people to realize it, but I knew I had such a strong connection to my mom, and I was able to tell her anything. So when I got to a point which I couldn't take anymore, I let her know, and she helped me through it. And it took a long time. It wasn't like it just happened like that. I stayed with her. She helped me through the process of, rehab, and then, staying away from the friends, staying away from the environment I was in, completely changing my surroundings. And I think, at that point my friends were doing their own thing, and I lost contact, so I couldn't rely on that as much as I wanted to, or maybe I wasn't open enough. So I really had my mom and my family. And at one point, she asked what was the best thing for me to do is for me to move here, move back here, and for some people it might be a really big reaction to do up and leave, but since I was able to come here, I'm Swiss, I have a house here, my family's here, so it was an easy transition. In a way.
Yeah, exactly.
I had the option to do it. I had the option. Most people don't have the option just to leave somewhere else. They're stuck in the environment. But for me, at least, I was able to leave and start over and still work. Here, making friends again,
Like exactly, because you take yourself with me, and I think the most important thing that, or a very beautiful thing that you started off with, is that it's on your own responsibility. You went this path,
Yeah.
and the thing that you said is also, like, it's nice that your environment changed, but you take yourself with yourself, and
Yeah.
so you said this reflection started with the self-reflection.
Yes.
How do you start this project? Because
You know, the process was really, really tough. I think I just realized that I was meant for something more in life than just drug dependency or just going day by day of doing the same stuff over and over. And I honestly can't tell you what clicked in my head. I think at one point I just had enough.
yeah,
I think I couldn't deal with losing so many friends or family not knowing what's going on, not talking to me, or having like a bad idea of me.
Yeah.
And then, I got to a certain point where my body changed and I didn't like it, and I don't know, I guess I had the strength to say something, just to say something, and with me saying something, whoever it is, to a friend or to a family member or to a coworker or whoever it might be, or even just someone, I was able to get the strength and realize that I need change.
Yeah.
Whatever that might be, and
it goes up and down.
it was lots of ups and downs. I think more downs than ups, for sure. And it was a hard process. But like I said, family. And if you don't have family, then just be honest and try to do something. Try to get help, whatever that might be. Even go to a meeting or something. I was lucky enough to have someone which was close to me, which I was able to kind of hang on to, and her lead me in the right path. I was 21 at that point, and you're a grown man. You're supposed to be able to do things on your own and not need any help. But I think when you're at that point in your life, when you're so dependent, on drugs or whatever it might be, any type of addiction.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think you need that.
Do you have a already sense of direction for yourself?
One thing in one direction I want to go is reconnect with, with my past.
Yeah.
And because they're very still much of my present.
Yeah.
And that's something I need to work on. But it's coming.
You will.
I will.
Thanks for the honest conversation, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I really.
Thank you, Arnoud, for everything, huh?
What an honesty again. I wouldn't know if I would share such an experience, if I would be so open and so honest about it. And, well, I think it also shows that addiction, like for example, talking to me about cigarettes, it's just a very funny example, but it's not that one day you're addicted and one day you're not. It's really a slow process, and I think that, you told us very beautiful life lessons of sharing it, first of all, being able to overcome your fear of that other people will judge you on it, and on self-reflection, really start reflecting on yourself. And is this what I really want? Beautiful. And I'm very honest again that Chris and anyone shares these stories with me. I'm curious what you liked about it or what you disliked about it. Comment below, give a like, give a dislike, share, subscribe, do whatever you want, and I'll see you soon. Ciao.